Hello everyone. CEO James is having financial difficulties, and under pressure to demand benefits from workers, James had to borrow $8 billion to take care of this. On the other hand, James also collected evidence and began to counterattack. In order to make his opponent reveal himself, James announced that he was in shock and exhausted and was hospitalized. As James predicted, his opponent, John, revealed himself. He came to James's bedside and sneered and said, "You want to play with me? You are not capable. I am the drug lord who returned from Thailand. All these scandals were caused by me. I spent a lot of money hiring people to destroy your company." "I want you to pay for what your father did to my family in the past." John did not expect that this was the drama that James set up to trap him. The meaning in John's words were recorded by James, and this was the evidence to expose him. James knew that he would surely win, but he was still worried about Lie Too Diep's safety. Because the desperate opponent might kidnap Diep to threaten him, he deliberately avoided Diep these days. Because he didn't want the enemy to know about his relationship with Diep, this made Diep wonder. She felt that James was cold towards her. Was Diep safe? Diep's farm afternoon. Diep was watering the lush green vegetable beds in her small farm. The golden afternoon sunlight spread across the rows of trees, creating a peaceful and poetic scene. But Diep's heart was filled with worries. James had been very busy lately. He rarely visited her, or if he did, he left in a hurry. She felt like she was being abandoned. Her heart ached every time she thought about it. Diep muttered to herself, "I wonder what he's doing. Why is he so busy these days? Has he forgotten me?" Diep sighed, put down the faucet and went into the house. She poured a glass of cool water and sat down at the table, looking out the window. Suddenly, she heard footsteps approaching. Diep, thinking to herself, James must have arrived. She stood up and ran to open the door. But instead of James, she saw a strange man standing in front of the door. The man, is this Ms. Lie too Diep? Diep, yes, I'm Diep. The man, we have a gift for you. Diep, what gift? The man didn't answer but just smiled faintly. Then, two other men appeared. They rushed at Diep and covered her mouth, then quickly dragged her into a car. In an abandoned warehouse at night, Diep was tied tightly to a chair, surrounded by John's subordinates. She was scared, trying to struggle but couldn't escape. John approached Diep and asked, "Are you Lie too Diep? Finally, I've met you." Diep said with a determined look, "What do you want?" John laughed loudly and said, "We want CEO James to pay for what he did to us." Diep looked at John with contempt. "You are despicable, only knowing how to use dirty tricks." John angrily shouted, "You have no right to talk to me like that." John slapped Diep hard in the face, causing her to fall to the ground. In James's office at night, James was sitting working hard. His phone rang. He quickly picked up the phone. It was Tuan. Tuan said in a trembling voice, "James, something big happened. Diep was kidnapped." James was startled. "What? Who did this?" Tuan said it was John. He wanted to use Diep to threaten him. James was angry. Damn it! He quickly found John's location and saved Diep. Abandoned warehouse at night, James and Tuan, along with a group of people, broke into the warehouse and rescued Diep. John and his men fought back fiercely. After a while of fighting, James knocked down John and hugged Diep. James worried, "Are you okay?" Diep shook his head, "I'm fine." James looked at John with hatred. James said, "John, you've lost." The police rushed in and arrested John and his men. James held Diep's hand. "I'm always by your side." James's company. A week later, James and Diep ran the company together, and the business grew more and more. James looked at Diep with affection, saying, "You are a wonderful woman." Diep smiled with satisfaction. "Me too, James." The two exchanged a sweet kiss. Thank you for watching the video. Wish you all the best.